for our final segment on Nation, joined by Carmel head coach Golden Anderson and quarterback Devin Pearson. I'm John Devine, and an end of a chapter unfolds at the conclusion of Saturday's CCS Division IV title game between Palma and Carmel, as the quarterback, as the coach likes to refer to you, is done as a high school football player. Devin, I wonder, have you thought at all about this being your last game, or maybe you've reflected on the last 3 years at all?
Yeah, I've definitely thought about it, and it's been a great 3 years, but I'm not going to make anything of it before the game.
Okay. Golden, you brought this guy up as a sophomore. No one knew if he was ready. We obviously knew he was talented. But to me, week 3, he put on a show against Monterey, actually at MPC, and it hasn't stopped since.
Yeah, no, I mean, for a lot of people, that was his coming out party. But, you know, we knew he had it in him. The defense really dictated what we did, and he made a lot of really good decisions. And it turned into a big win for us that really kind of springboarded us that year.
What's it like having a quarterback like this, though? I mean, particularly your first year as a head coach, you get a guy here who can throw the ball, can run the ball, run your offense.
Yeah, well, mentally he can handle it, and there's a lot of things that go into our offense more than just throwing it and handing it off. And he could handle all that right away, and he did a great job of getting the ball to experienced players that we had that year. And he really learned to kind of take what the defense gave him and not try to do too much. And I think that's really helped him in the future.
You know, Devin, and I didn't talk to you about this earlier, but you've had a different set of receivers almost every year to throw the ball to. I mean, how have you developed that chemistry? Has that been over the summer? Or?
Over the summer and during baseball season when it ends, when we have a little practice time.
Sure. Now, Golden, he rides you pretty hard, but you seem to thrive under it.
Yeah, I'm used to it, and he's the only coach I've had on the varsity level, and I've learned how to deal with it and use it as motivation.
Sure. Now, Golden, you do ride him harder than others, at least from what I've seen, and it's obviously brought out the best in him. But what made you feel like you could push him like that?
I don't even know if he remembers this conversation. We were at the Arroyo Grande passing tournament before his sophomore year started, and I was getting on him a little bit in the 7-on-7. He was struggling a little bit, and I basically told him, you know, you're my guy. You're going to be our quarterback, and we're doing everything to make you better. Just take it and learn from it and apply it. And he seemed like he's been able to handle it ever since, and we push him hard because he can handle it.
Was it really said like that?
Yeah, I remember it.
Devin, you've been more of a running threat this year. I think you've got over 1,400 yards, and I want to say 22 rushing touchdowns, in addition to 19 touchdown passes. But I'm curious, what's more fun, breaking tackles or throwing touchdown passes?
Well, running the ball is fun, but seeing the joy out of the receiver's face when they get touchdown passes is a lot more fun.
Golden, what position do you think best suits Devin in college? Because we know he's going to play somewhere.
He can do it all. I mean, I could see him being a safety, a DB. I can see him playing wide receiver, and in certain systems, I can see him being a quarterback. And the good thing about him is he doesn't care where he plays, and anything he does is going to be at a high level. And I think he's going to really endear himself to any coach that he comes along to meet.
I compared you to John Lynch. You know that name?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you: are you more Tim Tebow or Drew Brees?
Well, I don't like Tim Tebow,
Oh, no.
but I wouldn't say I'm the passer of Drew Brees, so in between.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, maybe Matt Ryan.
Golden, things change next year, obviously, without Devin, but he set the bar, I think, for players at the lower levels to emulate a little bit, not just with the talent, but how his work ethics are.
Yeah, he's missed 1 day in 3 years.
1 day.
And 1 day. He was sick. He stayed home and didn't practice. And and like we tell our kids, if you view him as the best player and everybody thinks he is, and he doesn't miss a day, what does that say? And he's really set the bar there. And when he's there, he's the hardest worker we have. And we have a lot of guys that work hard. But I don't think there's anybody in our locker room that'll argue that anybody outworks him.
Hey, Devin, I still got the Falcons going to the Super Bowl, but tell Marcus his Lions are toast.
I will.
Maybe the Raiders, too. Hey, have fun on Saturday.
Thank you.